At Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we don't own hospitals or employ physicians.
One open heart surgery, $30,000.
Our only job is to manage your health care dollars.
One human life, absolutely priceless.
We don't provide medical care. We provide a way to make it affordable.
Even though the Honda Accord has been one of the best-selling cars in America, we thought it was time to make a few changes. Like more interior space, dual airbags, better performance, and all-new styling. The 1994 Accord DX sedan. Basically, Honda changed everything, but the price.
How did I ever let you talk me into babysitting these kids?
Maybe if we feed them, they'll be quiet.
We don't have any food, and we can't afford to take them out to eat.
Now at Sizzler, kids 10 and under eat for just 99 cents Monday through Thursday. And there's even a brand new kids bar that's just their size.
Ollie, I'm ready to order now.
Fine, but make sure you tell them you're under 10.
The Fruit of the Loom Halftime Report is brought to you by Fruit of the Loom, clothes for the best of your life.
Welcome to the Fruit of the Loom Halftime Report. 10-0 Dallas leading. The opening drive by Dallas, I think you'll agree, was very impressive. But the real impressive statistic for Dallas, and that is 73. Dallas held Phoenix to only 73 total yards in the first half. The Dallas D is awake, alive, and well, and having a good time here in Phoenix, Arizona. Speaking of a good time, the Washington Redskins had a good time for, what would it be, almost 59 minutes and 56 seconds. Ernie, explain what I mean by that.
I'll try, Bob, but you're close enough on that thing. A thrilling win for the Philadelphia Eagles today. They are perfect 3-0. It took some last-second heroics from the Rocket Man, Randall Cunningham, as he rescued the Eagles as they beat the Redskins. They're down 31-27, time running out. Listen up.
Second and goal from the 10. This time Joseph splits with Walker. Cunningham is back. He's looking, he's pumping, he fires, caught, touchdown, Calvin Williams, third touchdown catch of the day, 4 seconds left, and this place is going crazy.
34-31 the final. The Eagles beat the Redskins, 181 yards receiving for Calvin Williams. And how about that final drive?
We just kept our poise. It's a tribute to our whole offense. I mean, our offensive line. Randall was very poised. He did what he had to do to give us a win. He had time on that last drive to throw the ball, and it was just up to the receivers to get open.
The key moment, I thought, was the protection as we were closing in on that part of the field, because he had time to pick up a second and third receiver, and he has that great vision, and that's what he did.
Richie Kotite's Eagles are 3-0. So are the Giants, who beat the Rams 20-10 this afternoon. The Saints are still unbeaten. They're 3-0, beating the Lions 14-3. Barry Sanders held at about 76 yards. The Falcons got 192 yards out of Eric, not Dickerson, but Pegram, but they still lost to the Niners 37-30. The Cleveland Browns were trying to start the season 3-0 for the first time since 1979. And what a rally in the fourth quarter. They scored all their points in the fourth and put it away. They were down 16-12.
Metcalf, the lone setback. 3 receivers on the left side. Jackson on the right. Testaverde. Pitch out. Metcalf to the 1-yard line. He scores, and the Browns are going to win the game. What a call. Eric Metcalf has finally burned the Raiders, and Vinny Testaverde has authored one of the great comebacks in Browns history.
Yeah, Testaverde came on because Bernie Kosar was ineffective, had 3 interceptions, but it's a 19-16 win for the Browns over the Raiders. The Chargers got 6 field goals out of John Carney, the last one at the gun, and beat the Oilers 18-17. Carney's hit 29 straight, an NFL record. The Steelers, big time over the Bengals in a battle of winless teams. Cincinnati stays that way, 34-7. Another battle of the winless, the Seahawks get their first, 17-14, as they beat the Patriots. You see the difference in the time of possession in that game. When the Fruit of the Loom halftime report continues, we'll send you back to Sun Devil Stadium, to Bob Neal, Kevin Kiley, our special guest Anthony Munoz. It's Ken Zip, Cowboys.
No matter how uncomfortable life may get, with ribbed whites from Fruit of the Loom, at least your underwear will be comfortable.
Linda, will you?
They don't just look good. They're made to hug your body.
Linda?
To move with you. Some things are bound to make you uncomfortable. With ribbed whites,
Linda,
your underwear will never be one of them. Ribbed whites from Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Marry me.
"120 years ago, when people wanted to send us a letter, all they had to do was write Coors, Golden, Colorado on the envelope. That'll still work today. So if you want to drop us a line about beer or baseball or whatever, it'll get here. Honest.
At GMC Truck, we've built a reputation for truck strengths. A considerable advantage. It also comes in this handy take-home side. Sierra from GMC Truck.
The Dallas Cowboys hold a 10-0 lead over the Phoenix Cardinals, holding the Cardinals to only 73 yards rushing in the first half. The big story prior to this game was the signing of Emmitt Smith. Now, who did it have the biggest impact on? Well, it had a really good impact on one Derrick Lassic. Derrick was the rookie taking such heat as being the guy who couldn't get it done for Dallas while Emmitt wasn't in there. But on the first Cowboys drive, Derrick, who had had 127 yards total in the first two games, carried the ball very effectively, 8 yards away from pay dirt, and the rookie, Derrick Lassic, gets his first NFL touchdown, and Derrick had 37 yards in the first half. But not just was Emmitt signing Derrick Lassic playing well, the story here, Kevin Kiley, but also the story was Dallas looking like a different team than the first two games.
Well, Bob, I think you're right. I think there seemed to be a spark here that wasn't here in the first two games with Dallas. And for Derrick Lassic, as Bob mentioned, I think he had been seeing Emmitt in his dreams. He was much more comfortable seeing Emmitt on the sidelines, and he seemed to run a lot more under control. He was much more comfortable. Troy Aikman, unbelievable. Hit his first 9 passes in this game. Alvin Harper, 4 receptions for 88 yards. The big nickel for Phoenix came up about 3 cents short. They gave up over 200 yards in the first half. And Dallas had been last in the NFL in the giveaway-takeaway ratio. They were -6. That was the worst in all of the NFL. No turnovers in the first half. They also got 2 sacks. And, Anthony, I have to ask you, Russell Maryland, the young defensive tackle for Dallas, very, very quick, matched up against Mark May, a journeyman. He was with the Redskins for many years. San Diego, has wound up here in Phoenix. Seemed to me Russell's just a little bit too quick.
Well, a lot of times when you have a guy like Russell Maryland, don't only utilize his speed, but throw in a stunt now and then. And I think that's what Dallas said. Let's say we can beat Mark May one-on-one, but let's throw a stunt. And you see Charles Haley coming to the inside, getting a little bit of a pick on Mark May, but still Russell Maryland beats him flat out to the outside, makes the sack.
What does that stunt do to a guy like Mark May, who's lost some of the mobility, he's had some knee operations? It makes it a little more difficult for him as an offensive lineman.
It really does, because Maryland didn't come into him right away. There was a little hesitation, then a slap move, and he went outside. That makes Mark May think, well, maybe the defensive end's going to come and pick me. But Charles Haley came inside, but he didn't pick him. That still makes the offensive lineman see that guy coming from the outside, and therefore Maryland got to the quarterback.
You know, Anthony, I'm sure that there weren't many guys who kept you awake up at night as defensive linemen. Haley and Maryland certainly can do that to some. Were there any specific linemen in your great career who gave you a problem?
Well, being that left tackle for 13 years, I had a lot of guys that I respected when I went to the football game. But the one guy that I'll never forget about is a guy that started out with the San Diego Chargers. And as a rookie in 1980, I'd heard a lot about Fred Dean. I watched film on Fred Dean. The guy said, this guy is really fast. I said, he can be fast, but he can't be really fast. Played him my rookie year when he was with San Diego. He was really fast. The next year, my second year, he went to San Francisco. We played San Francisco during the regular season in Cincinnati. Again, he was out there as a pass rushing specialist. They beat us in the regular season. We get the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. Who do I have to face again? Well, Fred Dean's a pass rushing specialist, and he plays in the nickel situation when they have 4 defensive linemen. Well, the one good thing about it, San Francisco played a 34 most of the time. Well, we get into the first play of the Super Bowl, and I'm expecting to see Dwayne Board lined up over me as a 34 defensive end. They come out in a nickel defense. There's Fred Dean sitting out there ready to rush Ken Anderson. Fortunate for us, we ran the ball effectively, first down, second down, and they went back to their 34 defense. So I just saw them in a nickel defense, but I did actually lose sleep the week that I had to play Fred Dean.
This is probably going to get Fred into the Hall of Fame after this. We knew Fred was good, but that's really good. We'll see you after the game. Enjoy the second half.
The Fruit of the Loom halftime report has been brought to you by Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Our future starts today with each of you. Together we will write a new future for the Cardinals. I'm Joe Bugle, head coach of the Phoenix Cardinals. That same commitment to the future also works in our community here in Phoenix. I want you to meet Cecil Patterson, a board member of the Valley of the Sun United Way since 1987. This agency is funded by United Way. It provides child care services and child development for low and moderate income families. If anyone in Phoenix wants to know where the United Way contributions go, you can see it right here in the face of these children at Phoenix Day. Through United Way, you make preschool, Head Start, and care for school-age children available from an excellent multicultural and bilingual staff. We may not have gone to the Super Bowl yet, but the Super Bowl will be coming to Arizona so the world can see the beauty of our state and love and caring of all our people. Now more than ever, the United Way, helping where help is needed most. See you at the Super Bowl.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
The NFL on TNT is brought to you by Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives. And by Pittsburgh Paints. You work too hard to paint with anything less.
Welcome back to the Valley of the Sun. Dallas with a 10-0 lead at halftime. Here's tonight's Pittsburgh Paints game summary. The first drive was just precision as far as Dallas was concerned. Aikman did not miss a pass. He used 3 different receivers on that drive that covered 80 yards in 11 plays. And we wanted to highlight kind of an unusual thing here, a guy that maybe you don't notice that much, Darryl Johnston, the fullback. And first, we're going to show him as a receiver coming out of the backfield.
He's number 48 here, going right out in the flat. And you're right. I think Darryl Johnston is the most overlooked player on this Cowboy team. He's not a guy that extends plays and turns 5-yard passes into 15-yard plays, but he makes plays like that. And then when he's not catching the ball, he's going to throw a lead block. This time he throws it on number 90 Stowe, the middle linebacker, and that allows Lassic to pick up some yards. And then when you need a lead block for a touchdown run, you call on Darryl Johnston again. This time on 52, Wallerstedt, the middle linebacker, and Lassic follows him in. So, he didn't, carry the ball a lot in that drive, caught the passes, but he was the key in my mind to the touchdown.
The Moose is what they call him, Darryl Johnston. So the Cardinals will start the second half with a football. Trailing 10-0, and I would have loved to have been in the locker room to hear what Joe Bugle had to say. Trying to jumpstart his team, which I guess you wouldn't say they look, without a lot of enthusiasm. You just got to give a lot of credit to Dallas. They just came out in that opening drive and took all the emotion out of this game.
You're right. In Phoenix, the Cardinal team, they are tired of being the redheaded stepchild of the NFC East. They really are. And they are looking for anything to give them a lift here, and they're hoping their quarterback, Steve Beuerlein, and a lot of the free agents they got came from the NFC East. You got Beuerlein from the Dallas Cowboys and Gary Clark from the Redskins. So it's up to him right now, Steve Beuerlein, to make something happen, because the opening drive of each half is the most important one. It really sets the tone.
Well, they had something going once, and then they had the drop pass by Derrick Ware, which would have been very big as you look back into this game. Eddie Murray kicking off to Johnny Bailey. Bailey will bring it out to the 15, 20, and to the 22-yard line. So Bailey hasn't been able to make the big play that he did a week ago thus far. And Steve Beuerlein will come in the first half. Beuerlein 9 of 12, 54 yards. You see the numbers. Cowboys, very impressive first half, 212 yards. The thing that you forget, in Dallas's first two losses, they still came out of those games as the #1 passing team in the NFC, ahead of last year's pace. But right now, Phoenix with their own offensive problems. From the 22, Hurst in the backfield. Walter Reeves goes in motion. Beuerlein starts out with a pass completion to Larry Centers, and Centers brings it out to the 30, be 3 yards short of the first down. So get a little continuity going right now. This guy is so tough. Larry Centers, outstanding special teams player. Last year caught 50 passes. Cardinals just need to get something to spark him, be a catalyst for him in this game.
Garrison Hurst needs to turn in, a 2-yard run into 15 yards. That's what they need, I think, to kind of get him going here.
2nd and 2. Walter Reeves goes in motion again. Pitch back to Garrison Hurst, trying to find someplace to go, and I don't think he got the first down. He needed to get to about the 27.5-yard line. And couldn't get there. It'll bring up a 3rd down for Phoenix.
Tony Tolbert, number 92 for the Cowboys. I mean, he fights off the block of Cunningham, number 64. He sees, the runner the whole time. I mean, not only is he fighting over Rick Cunningham, who's 320 pounds, he's seen with the little running back he has. Finally throws Cunningham away and then makes the play.
Speaking defensively, we just got a report Leon Lett fractured his right ankle. So he will not see him. Refractured the ankle. He heard it back in camp earlier as Beuerlein comes up, completion, and the catch is made by guess who? The guy who was the go to the first half, Derrick Ware. Now, wait a minute. There is a flag on the play back at the 50-yard line. That was a much tougher catch than the one he dropped in the first half. That's a 27-yard gain. But will it hold up? Boy, you got to like the fact that they went back to Derrick Ware after he dropped that big pass in the first half.
We've got 12 men on the defense. Penalty is declined. Pass completed.
Still couldn't stop it. But you're right. The one thing is, hey, they come back to Derrick Ware. And what did we say? Beuerlein was saying something to the effect of Derrick Ware after he dropped that pass. Hang in there. I'm going to need you in the second half. So a 3rd and 1 situation. Boom. They come right back and get the ball to Derrick Ware.
27-yard gain to the 42-yard line. Ware goes in motion. First, look at the seeing vision that he has. The ability to find the hole. And he gets inside the 40 to the 37, a gain of 5.
Well, Gary, did he set up Charles Haley on that one? I mean, Charles Haley, the right defensive end, was just waiting for something to happen with Hurst. He thought he was going to run right into him, but he set him up. Watch the left part of the screen here. Freezes him, cuts back inside, picked up a nice block. I think it was by Lance Smith to gain about the 5 yards he picked up.
3rd pick in the first round, Garrison Hurst. 2nd and 5 now for Phoenix. 10-0, Dallas. Beuerlein with time. Ricky Proehl on the receiving end at the 30, and Proehl's got the first down to the 28 of Dallas. And Proehl, who made 2 strong catches in the first half, comes back again. Darren Woodson made the stop for the Cowboys. 3 catches now for 28 yards for Ricky Proehl.
You know what I like about Ricky Proehl on that play? I mean, he didn't waste any time. I mean, as soon as he caught that ball, he waited to catch the ball, but as soon as he caught it, he was gone and cutting right upfield.
Ron Moore in the backfield now. Garrison Hurst checks out. Walter Reeves in motion. Ron Moore gets the ball, and Moore runs into a lot of blue shirts. Tony Casillas, one of the first to get there. Casillas, who had surgery on some bone chips in his elbow, coming back to start tonight.
Gary, this is a situation now where Steve Beuerlein has to be careful. I mean, you can't have a negative play here. I mean, opening drive of the second half, your team is down by 10 points. You're now in field goal range. Do not take the sack. clearly you don't want to throw the interception, but they can't afford a negative play. Because right now they have a chance of at least putting 3 points on the board, and they desperately need it.
And this drive almost 4 minutes old. 2nd down and 9. Beuerlein deflected in the air, and it is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Smith. And that's exactly what you said, Pat Hayden. Don't let that kind of thing happen. And it was up for grabs, and Kevin Smith with his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, this is not Beuerlein's fault. Good defensive coaching by Butch Davis. You know, the Cowboys have always gotten their hands up. They've always deflected a lot of passes. And when you do things like that, you set defensive backs up for interceptions.
You know, there's one thing that most sporting events have in common. When you see this R, the player's wearing a Russell Athletic NFL Pro Line jersey.
Hi, Warren. Hey, Joe.
Russell Athletic is also the official uniform supplier of Major League Baseball. They even outfit most major college and high school teams. In fact, Russell Athletic even makes great sweats and tees for the rest of us. Unfortunately, not everybody's gotten to work.
Russell Athletic. It's everything we make that makes our sweats and tees so great.
You probably have a good idea of what to do with old tires. But when you need new ones, no matter what you drive, it's a good idea to go to Pep Boys. They'll help you choose from a huge selection: Michelin, Uniroyal, BF Goodrich, and Cornell, and have you on your way in under an hour with a low price guarantee. So for tires that'll give you a lot of miles and then some, come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
It's not just a high-performance tire. It's a Michelin. So it does things ordinary tires just can't do. The XGT series from Michelin.
Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. A clear, clean, powerful gel that goes on smoothly with no white residue to form an invisible barrier of protection. Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
Kevin Smith with his 2nd interception, the Cowboys with the ball. Emmitt Smith, at halftime, we were talking to Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys. They were going to heat his hamstrings up because he has tight hamstrings, trying to get him ready, but I wonder if they want to use him now with a 10-0 lead and possession of the football again.
The way the Cowboy defense is playing, ideally, I think you hold them out, give them a week off. You have 2 weeks to get ready for Green Bay.
End around reverse to Michael Irvin, and Irvin is going to get across the 35, very close to the first down, and run out of bounds by Lorenzo Lynch.
How about the block, though, by Nate Newton? I mean, you know, there's a lot of fast guys and speed guys and guys with big contracts and all that stuff, but you know, when it gets down to it, you still have to have a bunch of big bodies that block and tackle. And you got Nate Newton, number 61, who leads the way in the reverse. And he just kind of seals off the inside. If he doesn't get that block on John Booty, there's a no gain for Michael Irvin.
He picks up 9 instead. Newton going to the Pro Bowl for the first time last season. Johnston and Lassic in the backfield. Lassic trying to get the first down. There's a penalty flag, 2 of them. He had enough for the first down, but let's see if it stands. And Troy Aikman indicating it's offside, as Howard Rowe confirms, against Phoenix. So they'll have the first down by penalty.
Offside, number 79 defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's Keith Rucker, all 360 pounds of him.
Yeah, when he's offside, you know, right?
Can't be too subtle, can you?
Yeah.
Look at the play selection tonight by the Dallas Cowboys.
Running the ball better.
Yep. Just having Emmett on the sidelines helps, right?
Yeah, it must. You know, I mean, that dark cloud that the players we're talking about has been lifted.
First down 10. Troy Aikman on a play-action fake near sideline. Harper, and Harper comes up with a catch. Alvin Harper is having a big night for this Dallas team. That'll be a 41-yard gain just short of the 15.
That is a great throw and a great catch. I mean, there's only a few guys who can throw this ball, have the arm strength. Elway, Marino, Troy Aikman, because they had double coverage. First, you have to get off the line. You have to adjust like Alvin Harper has. Now, there's a safety coming over. That's Chuck Cecil. but it was a pump fake by Aikman, and then he drills it in front of the safety to an adjusting Alvin Harper. I tell you, Alvin Harper really played well.
What they say, he loves to go deep. Well, he did there. Here is Lassic. Lassic to the 10, to the outside, the 5, diving for the end zone. He did not get in. He did not get in, but what an effort by the rookie from Alabama. 13-yard gain. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line.
And another very good lead block by Darrell Johnston, number 48 of the Cowboys. And he should be smiling, Lassic, when you're running behind blocks like he's going to get again from 48, the fullback, Johnston. I mean, he's going full speed, knows exactly who he's going to get. He takes out Stowe, knocks him off his feet. Now, Chuck Cecil said he may not be Emmitt Smith when he was talking about Lassic, but he certainly isn't my Aunt Harriet either. I mean, he can run.
Gene Stallings led him a year ago on the national championship team. Here he goes again, fighting for the goal line, and he has scored his second touchdown of the night.
You will not see Emmitt Smith tonight. He will not play.
Two-yard touchdown run, and Lassic, who scored from 8 yards out back in the first quarter. The big 41-yard completion to Harper, setting it up, 1st and goal, and now that took only 2 minutes and 4 plays. Eddie Murray, point after attempt, and Dallas has a 17-0 lead. The Cowboys, the defending world champions, and they're celebrating like they did in Pasadena in the Super Bowl.
It's the Chevy authorized year-end clearance sale at your neighborhood Rocky Mountain Chevy Geo dealer. Now till September 22nd, you'll get over $1,900 in option discounts, up to $1,500 in cash back, and this decade's lowest interest. Act now and lease a 93 full-size Chevy pickup for just $229 a month for only 24 months. Factory authorized year-end clearance now till September 22nd at your neighborhood Rocky Mountain Chevy Geo dealer.
The Electronics Place brings you the sale of the year. 6 months, no interest, and no payment. That's right, no payment until March 1994. 4-head hi-fi VCR with remote control, $279. Epson 486 notebook computer, $13.99. Magnavox projection TV, $14.99. All home loudspeakers, including JBL, Advent, Servant Vega, 25% off. 3 days only, now through Monday. 6 months, no interest, no payment at 7200 South State. The Electronics Place. We beat any price.
What can $2.99 buy you at McDonald's? How about one of 6 extra value meals? Take the Big Mac, the Quarter Pounder with cheese, 2 cheeseburgers, McChicken, McLean Deluxe, or even the Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Add large fries and a medium Coke and get your extra value meal for $2.99. By the way, the price holds true for the burger of the month, the Mushroom Swiss Quarter Pounder. That makes 7 extra value meals only $2.99 each. Where else can you get this kind of variety at this kind of price?
Yeah, this offensive line for the Cowboys have really played well tonight. Watch what they do today. They actually seal off this whole side, and the run's going to cut back here because of the surge and the push. 2-A's number 71, Stepnoski's 53. Gogan gets his man, and then Lassic runs through the hands of the arm tackle of Bankston. And the offensive, well,
Emmett who? Yeah.
He'll be back, and he'll still have a big year. But what they have found out about Derrick Lassic, he can be a very capable guy.
12 carries, 52 yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight. Kickoff will be hauled in by Johnny Bailey. And Bailey to the 23. Last time he ran out the 22. The special teams of the Cowboys so good, and one of the reasons they have such good speed. And Kenneth Gant was down there, one of the first to arrive. We'll be back. Dallas leading 17-0.
Move it, cool it, silver, bullet, rock it, smooth it, silver, bullet, play it, pull it, take it, taste it, live it, love it, say it, play it, take it, pull it, silver, bullet. It's the right beer now. Grab it while you can. Silver bullet, have the right beer now.
Okay, pull away from the curb and take a left at the end of the block.
Yes, sir.
this a new trooper?
Yes, sir. It's my mom's.
Tell you what, take a right instead.
Yes, sir.
If ever there was an excuse for driving a little bit out of your way, this is it.
Very nice.
Wait, I didn't get to parallel park.
You're right.
The Isuzu Trooper. Practically amazing.
Very nice.
Pittsburgh, legendary for tough steel, is legendary for an even tougher paint. Pittsburgh paints. Paints that smooth on easily, cover completely, and dry quickly to a lasting sheen. You put a lot of pride into your home. Protect it with a paint legendary for toughness. Pittsburgh paints. You work too hard to paint with anything less.
Don't talk the talk. If you can't walk, go walk. Nobody plays the NBA like TNT. Season begins November 5th.
Derrick Lassic, fourth-round draft pick, a guy who was playing in the absence of Emmitt Smith. Having Emmitt on the sideline, watching him perform and score 2 touchdowns.
Helmet
put
cam.
you in there. Yep.
Yeah, helmet cam is back.
That's what he saw when he took it in for the second time. Looking through there. First down now for the Cardinals. 8:47 to go, third quarter. Delayed handoff to Garrison Hurst. Hurst fights his way out to the 27-yard line. Next week we'll be bringing you a game way back near the Hudson River in the New Jersey side.
Didn't think you were going to get that out there.
And the New York Jets, led by rejuvenated Boomer Esiason. What big numbers he's put up the first 2 weeks. They were idle this week. They will host the New England Patriots. Silver Bullet Stadium show kicks things off at 7:30 Eastern. Game follows at 8. Be sure to be with us as get to see Drew Bledsoe.
You know, I watched him play today, Drew Bledsoe, and even though the team lost by 3 points, this guy can wing it. I mean, he can play. He's going to be a star in the league.
Parcells has lost 2 games decided by field goals. Here is Beuerlein to Randall Hill. Hill's got it. Hill into the 20-yard line area. They're going to rule him down. He gets up and runs. Kevin Smith touched him as they're going to mark it at the 16. 57 yards to Randall Hill.
Gary, some guys have a burst, an extra burst when the ball is in the air. When this ball left Beuerlein's hands, it didn't look like Randall Hill was going to be able to get there. But then he sees it, he turns it on right there. And, you know, then he did a pretty smart thing. He got up and ran it in. Now, it was out of bounds. They called him down. But it was a little burst as soon as he saw the ball. And, you know, they've been looking for a spark all day, and they've gotten one right now from Randall Hill.
And that's their longest completion of the year. First down at the 16. Quick slant, complete to Gary Clark. And pretty good coverage again, this time by Kevin Smith. They moved Clark to this side, getting away from Larry Brown, who's covered him so well. But Clark that time didn't get a lot on that play. As good coverage again by the Cowboys. It'll bring up a second down and still 6 yards to go.
Now, when you think about the Cardinals, you have to also think about the Cowboys on offense. They can, you know, really spread it around with Novacek and Johnston and 2 wide receivers. Right now, the Cardinals are looking for that third receiver. They got Clark and they got Ricky Proehl, but they need a tight end or a back really to take some pressure off Gary Clark.
They need to get on the scoreboard. Trailing 17-0. Beuerlein taking a lot of time. Deep in the corner, Ricky Proehl diving catch, touchdown, Phoenix.
Maybe we will see Emmitt Smith. Maybe he will come back. That's a heck of a drive. You know, they said about Steve Beuerlein, he's got a lot of confidence. A lot of things have gone badly for the Cardinals in the first half of this game, but he hung in there, and he hung in there. Threw a deep ball to Randall Hill, and he comes back to Ricky Proehl.
So the Cardinals getting up off the floor here to score quickly. The big strike, a 57-yarder, and then the 12-yard touchdown pass. Greg Davis to attempt the point after, out of the hold of Beuerlein. 17-7. The Cardinals now have gotten on the scoreboard.
Gary, this is a perfectly executed pass. Here's Hill. He runs a hook route. The corner comes here. So Proehl then has plenty of room to run the corner route. See, when Larry Brown comes up to cover Hill, it creates an open area there for Proehl to get the back to the end zone.
And Proehl knew where he was, didn't he?
Teach your children well,
Hey, buddy. You gonna do it alone this time?
It slowly go by. Don't you ever ask them.
When the time comes for a man to choose his own brand of underwear, more men choose Fruit of the Loom than any other brand. The reason is simple. Comfort. Because that's what real men want. Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Even if you can afford some of life's luxuries, you still need a way to get them home. Which is why the Isuzu Trooper comes with a cavernous amount of cargo space. 90.2 cubic feet to be exact.
850, known bid 850. Masha, sold to the gentleman in the blue blazer.
Plus, it's got a rather large towing capacity. The Isuzu Trooper, practically amazing.
Pizza Hut has gone Hollywood with a blockbuster Bigfoot movie deal. You get a coupon for one free movie rental at Blockbuster Video with any other movie rental. It's a blockbuster deal from Pizza Hut.
What's new from Xerox? Xerox Extreme 450 antifreeze and a new 4-year guarantee. We've taken our promise to extremes. For the next 4 years or the next 50,000 miles, we guarantee the temperature never drops below Xerox.
Phoenix has scored, and the Cardinals emotionally now seem to be back into this football game.
You have some determined coaches and players. And fans.
Greg Davis kicking off. It's going to be Kevin Williams, the rookie out of Miami, up across the 10 to the 15. A flag is thrown as he breaks the tackle and to the 23, and here comes yet another flag. Quick strike that time by the Cardinals. 4 plays and 77 yards. Earlier, you might remember, Dallas went 4 plays and 70 yards. So 2 quick strike offenses here in the third quarter.
There was a clip on the run back, I promise, or a block in the back by Bobby Abrams.
That's exactly what Howard Rowe is backing up. This crowd starting to get into it again now. They've been very quiet since the opening drive of the game. Emmett Smith is coming in.
Number 50, receiving team, half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's funny, as soon as they score, how the reflection of the game changed.
So now they start with their worst field position of the night from the 6. And Emmett Smith, back-to-back. The NFL rushing champion comes in, gained over 1,700 yards last year. 2 years ago, a career-high 182 yards against the Cardinals. Aikman throwing from the goal line, comes out and makes the connection. This is Michael Irvin stepping out of bounds and picking up the first down and an 11-yard gain on the play.
Well, you know, that's only 11 yards, Gary, but that's a beautiful play. First of all, it takes some pressure off. You know, you get a team just scores on you. The momentum's going the other way. You come in and you fake Emmett to Emmett Smith, and you have a perfectly timed out route to Michael Irvin. And like I said, only 11 yards, but in significance, a lot longer play than that.
Aikman 12 of 14, 206 yards passing. Here he goes, his first carry of the year, Emmett Smith, and the crowd reacting to that as Keith Rucker was there first to make the stop. This crowd realizing now the number 22 has entered the football game.
With Emmett Smith, it always starts with his eyes. I mean, he sees things, he has a feel for players, where his blockers are going to be, and where defenders are going to end up.
Pick up on the play of 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Aikman back again. Completes it to Johnston. Johnston, bulldog down at the 30. Another first down. Lorenzo Lynch was the first there. A lot of white shirts had to wrestle down this former Syracuse standout.
What the Cowboys have on the field right now are as many playmakers as anybody in football, including the 49ers.
We have a man down for the Cardinals. We'll check the injury. We're going to take a break.
Oh, geez.
4:57 left to go in this third quarter. First down when we come back.
Several years ago, I was introduced to Spartan while using my influence as a sportscaster to buy my son a new Jeep at another dealer. Oh, my son walked in by himself at Spartan and got a better price. So much for influence. My latest choice, this 94 Grand Cherokee. Ready for a new Jeep or Eagle? See the guys who let you choose the terms. Summit, Vision, Talent, with rebates up to $2,500. Your rebate can lower monthly payments $150. Use it for a down payment or just keep the cash. At Utah's Choice, Spartan Jeep Eagle.
Nowhere to go. That's Dash is Green going to the front. Four-star Wrangler is second.
Even though the Honda Accord has been one of the best-selling cars in America, we thought it was time to make a few changes. Like more interior space, dual airbags, better performance, and all-new styling. The 1994 Accord DX sedan. Basically, Honda changed everything, but the price.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Back to Sun Devil Stadium in just a second. First, the Isuzu play of the day. It comes from the Niners-Falcons game at Candlestick Park, San Francisco. After a long scramble, Steve Young, who had 18 out of 22 on the day, completes one to himself. Almost gets in the end zone. Steve Young makes the Isuzu practically amazing play of the day. Now back to Gary and Pat.
That looks like a Pat Hayden play to me. Sunset now here in the great Southwest, the Valley of the Sun, Tempe, Arizona. First down now for the Cowboys after that catch by Johnston. 4:42 left in the third. Aikman complete to Johnston again, and Johnston will be run out by Aeneas Williams. We talked about Johnston on that previous catch. What's the end of this play?
Yeah, the complexion of this game has certainly changed. I mean, he's going to get a handful of Cardinals. As Lynch and Mike Jones and really, you know, the Cardinals needed an attitude adjustment. You know, their offense started with a touchdown, and their defense has begun to make some plays. And now it's up to Troy Aikman to keep it going here for the Cowboys.
Gain of 8 on that last play. Reuben Davis up and off the field a while ago. Pitch comes to number 22, and Emmitt Smith is still going. Inside the 50. Well, you would never know. This is his first time to touch a football since the Super Bowl. That's a 12-yard run.
You know, he is an amazing player in that he is a nifty, shifty kind of runner that can break tackles. I mean, a lot of guys will try to outrun you. Some guys are bulls, but he can do both. And he doesn't stop. And you're right, he hasn't worn a football uniform since January.
First down, they're going to mark it on top of the 50. Aikman, pressure coming from Freddie Jonah, complete to Smith, and Smith is tackled very nicely in the open field by Lorenzo Lynch. But you see how strong Smith was? Even though Lynch made the stop, he fell forward and got a couple of more yards on the play.
Well, in one game last year, Emmitt Smith caught 11 passes against the Cardinals, caught 59 on the year. And then we began to talk about all the weapons they have on the field now. Playmakers, Emmitt Smith, Jay Novacek, Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper, Troy Aikman. And again, they and the 49ers have more guys on offense that can break games open than anybody else in the league.
Second down and 7. Of 36 passes in this game, only 6 incompletions for Troy Aikman. Hand off. Emmitt Smith, and Smith will go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Lorenzo Lynch over there to knock him out, and Emmitt Smith getting a tune-up. They'll have a bye next week, and then they'll play Green Bay. But you know he was anxious to get in and acquit himself well.
You know, his feet take him where his eyes see and feel. I mean, he's got good enough feet to get him there to get to the hole. And then you just can't arm tackle the guy. He's not going to go down easily. And you know, really, the yards after contact, I think, make him a very unique player.
Let me correct something. That was a quarterbacks combined on the 36 passes and only 6 incompletions. Derrick Gainer now is coming to the backfield. Aikman, quick slant, completion to Harper. That's his 6th catch of the night. Let's check that again. Getting up underneath the pile. On the far side, it's Michael Irvin. And Irvin with the first down grab. They needed 2, and he got 4.
Well, you know, it's interesting. When the Cowboys went up 17-0, I think Jimmy Johnson was saying, hey, we'll keep Emmitt Smith out. But when the Cardinals put the 7 on, they said, hey, let's get him in. He can lift the team, which he clearly did on a couple of runs, and give him a couple of hits, a couple of pops, get him ready for a bye week, and then on for Green Bay.
They say the cloud has been lifted. First down now from the 36.5. Derrick Lassic now is in the backfield. Here comes Lassic. And Lassic will be game tackled inside the 35. Eric Swan there first.
The 1:33 left here in the third quarter. The Cowboys up 17-7. This is an opportunity for the Cowboy defense really to assert themselves and make something happen. But if you do so, you're going to have to take care of Nate Newton, number 61. I mean, there's some big bodies. Newton's 303, Rucker's 360.
Well, they average 319 pounds in that big nickel up front. They call them the Young Guns. Second down and 7 yards to go. Drive, remember, started at the 6-yard line, and it's almost intercepted by Lorenzo Lynch.
Got to make those plays if you can beat the Cowboys and step up, Gary. We said, hey, the Cardinals, this is a great opportunity for them to really get over the hump. You know, finally win a big game at home early in the season. And Lynch, good play by Lynch, good coverage, but he has a chance to catch it and perhaps score. And Novacek on Booty, fakes him out, getting held, and tripped.
Can't do much more than that, can you? That's a mugging in the true sense of the word.
Trifecta there.
Third down and 7. Aikman double pumping, under pressure, and the ball is up, incomplete. Harper almost made a touchdown catch. Lynch was there. They were fighting for it in the very extreme corner of the end zone.
A great play by Lorenzo Lynch that time, because I thought Harper caught it for a moment. And right at the last second, while it was in Harper's hands, Lorenzo Lynch knocks it away. I mean, Lynch almost has an interception to play before, and they come back, give another chance. They're working on him. Caught for a moment, and Lynch just interferes with Harper enough so that he can't make the catch.
Aikman, unusual view of that play. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt by Eddie Murray. The kick on the way, it's very low, and the kick is no good. So Murray does not add to the Cowboys' advantage. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Dallas on top by 10.
It's been our observation that where there's a popular car, there's a lease. And where there's a lease, there's one of these. And, well, here's ours, accompanied by the Fillmore String Quartet, who, by the way, would all fit very comfortably inside the Isuzu Trooper, seeing how it's probably the most spacious four-wheel drive around. Why, they could probably even add another member if they wanted to. Maybe not. The Isuzu Trooper and the Trooper lease, practically amazing.
My family's been brewing beer around here for 120 years. Every now and then, I think that's a big accomplishment. That's when it's time to come out here. It's nice to get a little perspective.
Time to paint. Which paint has the colors you want? Which paint smooths on easily, dries quickly, evenly? Which paint lasts? Over a century of experience in every can. Tough, durable, a leader. Which paint? This paint. Pittsburgh Paints. You work too hard to paint with anything less.
One more look at the knockaway by Lorenzo Lynch, number 29 for White. Alvin Harper jumps up. Watch, he knocks the left arm of Harper out of the way, and that forces the bobble. Otherwise, that's a touchdown. But Harper has really adjusted well tonight, Gary. And again, that's what he's done well at the end of last season.
And Lynch made two big plays on that series, and then the missed field goal. And the Cardinals have it at the 33. Garrison Hurst in the backfield. Beuerlein setting up a screen to Hurst, and he's knocked down immediately. That's Haley again, Charles Haley, who runs so very well, so explosive. And that time reading the screen, and they lose a yard on the play. Second down, 11.
You know, he is like, you know, almost a center fielder. I mean, he just closes on plays. When he's near the quarterback, he puts it in another gear, and he'll reach out and grab him, cause a fumble. There, it's a little screen pass. He felt it. He saw it. He saw the tackle was giving him too much ground. And then he makes the play in the screen play.
Coming down to the final seconds of the third quarter. Second down, 11. Derrick in motion. Beuerlein dropped. And that's Proehl, the sure-handed Ricky Proehl, who's made 3 important catches, 1 for a touchdown. And that'll bring up now a third down and 11 with those seconds, 3 remaining in the third quarter.
You know, even though the Cardinals have narrowed the gap, we've seen 2 drop balls, one by Lynch on the interception that may have been a touchdown, and then that one by Ricky Proehl, which would have put him in third and probably 2 or 3 rather than 11.
So a third and 11 coming up now for the Cardinals from the 32-yard line. Johnny Bailey in the backfield. They go to their posse offense, 3 wideouts. Over the middle, Gary Clark. Clark on a third and 11 gets the first down. He's still fighting for yardage. They're going to mark the ball at the 47 of Dallas. 21-yard gain, and that is the end of the third quarter, and the Cardinals are very much alive in this football game. They're down by 10, but you see the emotion starting to shift before the sellout crowd in Sun Devil Stadium.
You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire. You'd be so nice. You'd be paradise to come home to.
Introducing Business Saver. Free faxes, movie, fitness center, and free local calls. And most Hiltons proudly offer AT&T long-distance service. Business Saver.
Inside your smooth-running engine is a torture chamber. And under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil in every grade meets the world's toughest requirements for viscosity breakdown. Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. Why make things tougher on your engine? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Try Castrol Super Clean for tough, greasy jobs. If it won't come clean with Super Clean, it won't come clean.
The passion isn't only on the field. Players aren't the only ones who feel it. I can feel the passion from the fans in the last row. I know when they fear defeat. I know when they sense victory. If you live it, if you love it, get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Phoenix Cardinals and the National Football League is prohibited.
Gary Bender, Pat Hayden. We start the fourth quarter. The Cardinals, who trailed in this ball game 17-0, have cut it to 10. They now have the ball at the Dallas 47-yard line after that 21-yard completion to Gary Clark. They go to the 3 wideouts again of Clark, Proehl, and Hill. Bailey in the backfield. Johnny Bailey makes a nice first move, and he's going to get some yardage. He's to the 40-yard line. He made that first man miss, and Darren Woodson over there eventually made the tackle.
Yeah, that was Kenneth Gant was the first guy, and boy, did he make a miss, because Kenneth Gant was like, I don't know, shot out of a cannon. He came, woof, off the corner. And Bailey, here's Gant, and he's going to come right there, but Bailey puts a little move on him and hops outside. Make the first guy miss, or inside, make the first guy miss, and you got a chance.
Picked up 7, 2nd and 3, misdirection. Bailey with a first down run. So they've gone now to what they call their 3 wideout package with Bailey in the backfield. And it's been their most successful formation, especially in the second half. First down, Phoenix.
And it was last week against the Redskins. Bailey had some big plays last week in the nickel package. You know, turned a punt for a touchdown too, but nickel runs one of the real areas of improvement for the Cardinals this year. Now again, they're in field goal range. We said it before, Gary, no negative plays by the Cardinals.
13:50 left in the game. Beuerlein, pressure in his face, gets rid of it. Randall Hill makes the catch. Just missed the first down as he went out of bounds. And Randall Hill showing the quickness. In 92, he was 2nd in the NFL's fastest man competition, and he picks up 9 yards on that play.
That was a heck of a throw and nice timing there by Steve Beuerlein. And Randall Hill, as soon as he got his head around, I mean, his head came around, the ball was there, and he made a very nice catch.
They need a yard. 2nd and a yard to go. Bailey again to get it, and Bailey does just that. So they go to a smaller back, and Bailey only weighs 190 pounds. They've earlier had Garrison Hurst and Ron Moore, the big backs, but with Bailey in there, he's been very effective. As they unpile down there, they have the first down. The Cardinals down 17-7, trying to establish some credibility. This is a game that they consider to be the biggest game they've had in their 6 years here in the Valley of the Sun. And the Cowboys, they don't want to go 0-3 before the bye. The blitz is coming. Beuerlein to Clark. Nice move at the 15, and Clark to the 10. The blitz from the top of the field. Beuerlein read it. Hit on the near side Clark, an 11-yard pickup.
When Gary Clark is on, he can extend plays. Good read on the blitz, but he should have been tackled there. A good move, gets through 2 defenders, but it's a hustling Tony Tolbert who lined up as left defensive end who really made the tackle. The hustle by Tolbert may have prevented a touchdown by Clark.
Just outside the 10, first down. Inside 12 minutes left in the game. Bailey again. Bailey takes it to the 6. It'll be 2nd down there. They can get a 1st and goal just inside the 1-yard line.
In 2 straight plays, the Dallas defense has blitzed. Once they audibled to it, that time they tried to run a little lead draw against the blitz with Bailey and hoping he was going to pop through the first wave, but he still did pick up 4 or 5 yards.
2nd down, 6 for a first down. Bailey again in the backfield, 3 wideouts. Beuerlein to Bailey. Bailey inside the 5, moving the pile a little bit. It'll be 3rd down, and still a long 2 for a 1st and goal.
You know, the Cardinals over the last 2 years, including this past week, have had trouble on short yardage. You know, opening drive against the Redskins, they couldn't knock it in. A year ago against Philadelphia, I think they had 7 plays inside the 3-yard line, couldn't get it in.
3rd down and 2. They can get again a 1st and goal just inside the 1.
So they're not even going into a short yardage offense. They're spread it out.
Larry Centers comes into the backfield along with Bailey. Beuerlein looking, end zone, broken up. The pass intended for Ricky Proehl. He had double coverage. It's a 4th down. Darren Woodson was there, number 28.
I thought that was a pretty good throw by Beuerlein, who was patient, felt the blitz, felt the pressure, but hung on to it. Just hung in there, was waiting for Proehl to come open.
Oh.
Yeah, that could have been interference there by Woodson because the ball was in the air right as Proehl was trying to make a move on it. I mean, he called for the interference. I think he should have gotten it.
Greg Davis now to attempt the field goal. This will be a 20-yarder. Davis's kick is on the way, and they've whittled the lead. 17-10. After trailing by 17, they're now down by 7 points.
You know, there's one thing that most sporting events have in common. When you see this R, the player's wearing a Russell Athletic NFL Pro Line jersey.
Hi, Warren. Hey, Joe.
Russell Athletic is also the official uniform supplier of Major League Baseball. They even outfit most major college and high school teams. In fact, Russell Athletic even makes great sweats and tees for the rest of us. Unfortunately, not everybody's gotten to work.
Russell Athletic. It's everything we make that makes our sweats and tees so great.
Bartender, send me down a Rolling Rock.
You got it.
Excuse me, pardon me, can I get through?
Rolling Rock. One spring, one brewery for a fresh, clean taste every time.
Can you make that 2 Rolling Rocks?
You got it.
For centuries, the North Star has guided man's travels. Then the North Star system by Cadillac created a higher standard of automotive travel. Now its proven technologies will also guide the new Seville SLS, Eldorado, and coming October 7th, the North Star system will guide an entirely new class of luxury automobile, the Cadillac DeVille Concours. The advanced North Star system by Cadillac, creating a higher standard.
17-10, and Greg Davis to kick off. Let's go back and look at the Woodson Proehl collision at the goal line.
Yeah, we thought maybe it was interference, but you look at it in this angle, it looks like Woodson is making a play for the ball, and he has just as much an opportunity to catch it as Proehl. So on that look, it's not interference by Woodson. He has an opportunity to make the play there.
So they settle for the 20-yard field goal, and Davis, would he try an onside here? I know Dallas has had this happen before. He's going to kick away. Kevin Williams in the end zone, and he decides I'm not going to come out of there. So at the 20-yard line, Dallas will set it up, and we'll have a stadium show, post-game show, and talk about it. Here's Bob Neal.
Thank you, Gary. Well, with Phoenix coming back here, we've got ourselves an excellent ball game at Sun Devil Stadium. Right after the game, join Anthony Munoz, our special guest analyst. Kevin Kiley and me will be talking to the stars of this game. And also, there are 4 teams who have gone to 3-0 in the NFL. Some surprises there. Highlights and a lot more on the stadium show right after the game.
Okay, Bob, thank you. This is only the 3rd possession in the second half for Dallas. And yet they have 338 yards in total offense. By Aikman. Aikman, that ball deflected and incomplete. Somebody at the line of scrimmage, I think that was Warren Bankston. That's who it was that got a hand on it. Michael Bankston reaching up and batting the ball out of play.
Yeah, defensive guys have to make some plays now. You don't have to necessarily just sack the quarterback. Make a play like that, tip the ball, and that's just what Bankston did.
What were you saying? Fullbacks are always open. He was open there, too.
Yeah. Fullbacks, they never cover fullbacks in professional football.
Second down, 10 from the 20. And some movement. And we'll have to see if Bankston was drawn off on that. Dallas is backing up as though they're anticipating a 5-yard penalty.
Prior to the snap, we got a false start, number 61 offense.
Gary, Bob Neal is mentioning those 3-0 teams, 2 of them now in the NFC East. I mean, so Jimmy Johnson is thinking about, hey, you lose this one, you fall 3 behind the Giants in Philadelphia. I mean, he's not intending to lose this one, but that's what's at stake here tonight.
2nd and 15 now for Dallas. Novacek in motion. Aikman got time up the field, complete. The catch is made by Michael Irvin, and they've got the first down they needed.
Troy Aikman hangs into the pocket so well. And, you know, when you have a guy like Michael Irvin on one side and Harper on the other, it lets you hang in the pocket. I mean, they've done a wonderful job. Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, just done a spectacular job of passing it around. Harper to Irvin to Johnston. Hasn't featured Novacek much, but the other guys have really been a factor.
The go-to guy, Michael Irvin, comes up with a grab. First down at the 34. Emmett Smith in the backfield. Emmett trying to find someplace to go and gets to the 35 for a gain of a yard. He swallowed up that time. And the Cardinal defense showing a lot of enthusiasm. This guy Rucker up and cheering. All 360 pounds of them. The young guns are fired up right now.
There's absolutely no place for Emmett Smith to go. I mean, they call it their big nickel because they have some big bodies in there. It's Swan at 295 and Rucker at 360. They got some big guys inside.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9 now from the 35. 17-10 Dallas. 8:58 left in the game. Novacek comes in motion. Emmett trying to get someplace to go. Got maybe a yard or two at the most. It's 3rd down. Jamming it up inside was Eric Swan again. Swan, who has really come on to be an outstanding pick for this team. They were criticized, the Cardinals were, when they picked him in the 1st round back in '91 with no collegiate background. He'll come out for this play. 6 tackles tonight for Eric Swan. There's the history of the Cardinals, or I should say the Cowboys. 1960, their first year in existence. 89, the year they won 1-15. Aikman back. He throws as he's hit, almost picked off. He was really nailed when he released the ball. He's getting up slowly. That was Steve Lofton on the deflection. It almost came up with the interception. 4th down, Dallas.
And one of the very few times they really gave Troy Aikman a tough time before he was ready to throw it. It was Mike Jones, number 75, who hit him. But again, another chance. Steve Lofton has a chance there to make a play. Doesn't quite. Good defense, but you know, you turn the ball over and you get a run back and you're in field goal range already.
Aikman, who was knocked out by the Cardinals his rookie year on a blitz, took pretty good punishment that time. Jet to punt the ball. Taking it away from Johnny Bailey. Bailey's going to return this one at the 25 and gets a yard, and that's all. Good coverage again by the Cowboys. Flying down there for the Cowboys was Darren Smith, the rookie out of Miami. 38-yard punt, 1-yard return. The Cardinals with a football.
How did I ever let you talk me into babysitting these kids?
Maybe if we feed them, they'll be quiet.
We don't have any food, and we can't afford to take them out to eat.
Now at Sizzler, kids 10 and under eat for just 99 cents Monday through Thursday. And there's even a brand new kids bar that's just their size.
Ollie, I'm ready to order now.
Fine, but make sure you tell them you're under 10.
Way to go. That's Cassius Green going to the front. 4-star Wrangler is second.
One MRI scan, $1,100.
There's no question healthcare costs are high.
2 pain relievers, $5.
That's why you need someone to work in your behalf to lower those costs.
1 hospital stay per night, $1,500.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we don't own hospitals or employ physicians.
1 open heart surgery, $30,000.
Our only job is to manage your healthcare dollars.
1 human life, absolutely priceless.
We don't provide medical care. We provide a way to make it affordable.
Sunday night following the NFL on TNT. Chuck Norris gets called for unnecessary roughness. Forced vengeance after the NFL on TNT.
Fun at the old ballpark. It's Pat Hayden's neighbor sitting down there.
He's wondering, what is the difference between a kit and a caboodle?
What is the difference?
I don't know. He knows. Look at us.
From the 26, the Cardinals down now 17-10. Start the drive. Delayed handoff to Bailey. Bailey for a couple of yards. Tried to sneak him up the middle, and that gives us an opportunity to tell you about tonight. Chuck Norris is kicking his way to justice. He takes on the mobsters of Hong Kong. Tonight, after the Holiday Inn Stadium show, it's Forced Vengeance. on TNT.
I think that guy started, the guy with the hat and all. You know, he may have been in that movie.
Second down now, 8 yards to go.
Hey, this is a good ball game, and Steve Beuerlein has hung in there tonight and given his team a chance to perhaps win this game.
Beuerlein, people in his face, gets it to Clark anyway, and Gary Clark makes a diving catch at the 33, about 3 yards short of the first down. Third down coming up.
You know, Gary Clark has been a consistent receiver. I mean, he had to make an adjustment, limps back in the huddle, but this is a guy that's caught 50 passes in 8 consecutive seasons.
He's got to get out of there, Pat. He's really hurting right now. 5 catches for 44 yards tonight.
He had a bad groin coming into the game, and Joe Bugel says, you know, he really doesn't even practice, but he makes the plays on Sundays.
Or, in this case, Sunday night.
There you go.
Third down, a long 2 to go. Beuerlein, and the catch, no, it was not made. That was Anthony Edwards, who had to come in Clark's absence, could not hang on.
And Beuerlein wants to go for it, but he's not the head coach. And Joe Bugel, trailing by 7, is going to punt it away.
So Anthony Edwards is a special teams guy, hadn't made a catch all year long, had to come in, and I bet Clark is saying, I wish I'd stayed in there for one more snap. Instead, Camarillo to punt the football to Kevin Williams. 6:44 left in the game. Camarillo hits a beauty. Williams waiting. He'll make the fair catch at the 15. The Cowboys will start there as they have a 7-point lead with 6:37. And that last play, Beuerlein would like to have it back on the third down attempt to Anthony Edwards. 17-10, Dallas.
Open your coat, please. Take that thing out slowly.
You got some kind of device. We have a possible situation.
No.
We have a situation here,
Not
Steve.
a situation.
This is
Touch
just
the button, sir.
everybody.
Car stereo.
Pioneer car stereos offer you a detachable face for the ultimate in security.
You see, it's a detachable space for the car stereo. No matter what these people are saying.
What makes Jiffy Lube America's favorite oil change? Over 45,000 satisfied customers a day say it's because of the service. You get trained technicians who take good care of you and your car, plus the performance, protection, and quality of Pennzoil motor oil. So you get top quality service. You and your car deserve the best. So take it to #1. Take it to Jiffy Lube.
Drive in every 3,000 miles.
This Camel system is so adaptive, it can travel 50 miles in desert heat without taking fluid, making it one of the world's most dependable animals. This automobile system is so adaptive that if necessary for your safety, it is engineered to travel 50 miles in desert heat without a single drop of coolant, which might also tell you something about its dependability. The Seville STS with the North Star system by Cadillac, creating a higher standard.
.37 to go. The Cowboys with the ball at the 15. Here's a young man, a future Cardinal. You can have the cowl on the helmet, or you can put it on your head.
I prefer that model myself. Wow. It takes off. We can see some unusual people here tonight.
From the 15-yard line, pitch back to Emmitt Smith. Smith bursts out of there. He's got the first down and then some at the 32.
Hey, take Nate Newton out to dinner, Emmett, because Nate Newton does a heck of a job of kicking out for him. There's big old Nate. He did a great job for the third time tonight of pulling, you know, again, he's 303 pounds, pulling on the, and get into the corner of the defense, kicking out that last defender, and allowing the running back to come underneath him.
By the way, that's the longest run from the line of scrimmage for the Cowboys this year. Emmitt Smith taking it to the 31. First down. There's an end-around reverse. Michael Irvin with the ball, and he's going to lose yardage. Good reaction by John Foodie one of the Fab Four that Pat was talking about, one of the 4 free agents they signed. And Booty, the former Philadelphia Eagle, read it well, and they'll use yardage back to the 28-yard line.
This was a nicely set up play. They ran it earlier for a big play. Here comes old Nate Newton again, number 61 at you. But John Booty is one of the guys who's given this team an attitude, this defensive team an attitude. And he makes the play there. I mean, these are the kind of guys, they don't believe the refrigerator light goes out when you close the door. That's the
2nd and 13. Blitz is coming. They pick it up. The pass is completed somehow to the 35 to Harper. He hangs on. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. But the blitz was picked up. Oldham was blitzing from the near side, and they picked it up.
Gary, that play really illustrates how Alvin Harper has really come on as a receiver. I mean, not only does he read the blitz, then he makes the slant and catches the ball in traffic. I mean, when he first came into the league, he was a deep receiver only. Now he can adjust, and now he can run any kind of route and make any kind of read.
Career high 136 yards tonight for Harper on 6 catches. Gainer in the backfield, 3rd down. On a 3rd and 6, Aikman in trouble, gets rid of the ball, and the completion to Gainer, and Gainer diving forward, and he may have the 1st down.
He does.
Gainer, they said he can pound you, and he can also catch the ball, and he did both there, and he did get the 1st down for Dallas.
But who do you try to take away? I mean, you don't think about Derrick Gainer. You take your chances with Gainer. You try to take away Irvin or Harper. The number 39 comes out of the backfield, in primarily as a blocker, but when he sees everything secure, he just kind of dumps out there and then bowls over 2 guys for the 1st down.
1st down at the 43, so they fight their way back after that end around, lost yardage. Johnston in the backfield, and number 22 is there too, and here he is, Emmitt Smith. Smith runs through 1 tackle, and he's gang tackled short of the 45.
It was old Lorenzo Lynch. Lorenzo Lynch will hit you.
Yes, sir. He's their physical corner, as they talk about him. And, of course, Robert Massey, who is their best cover corner, has not signed with the Cardinals, and so Lynch has been the starter in that position.
When you're a zone team, you really want to have a big corner like Lorenzo Lynch to come up and make plays like that.
Timeout, Phoenix. 2nd down and 8 when we come back. We're going to stay right here then with 3:32 left as we look now at the Coors Light scoreboard. We mentioned the Giants winning their 3rd. 49ers with a victory. The Saints 14-3. Derrick Brown with 121 yards. Steelers, after losing their first 2, picking up a win. Looks like Neil O'Donnell's elbow is okay now. How about the Browns? Chargers with an 18-17 win, and Carney now has had 2 games of 6 field goals. Seahawks with their first win of the year behind rookie Rick Meyer, and then next week all begins with a stadium show at 7:30. The Patriots and Jets.
Well, you know, Steve Beuerlein played behind Aikman in Dallas for a number of years, and really now getting his first chance as an extended player and as a starter. I mean, although he's been around a while, he's not an experienced quarterback. But what you have to like about him, at least tonight, Gary, he hasn't quit. He hasn't given up. He's a tough guy, and I think we found out he's a leader of this team.
Yep, that's what he has, is tremendous leadership, and it's something the Cardinals have not had. They've gone through so many quarterbacks since Neil Lomax went down with injury. 2nd down and 8. Lassic in the backfield, Harper in motion, play action by Aikman. Johnston, the big fullback, and Johnson with yet another catch, and he's got a 1st down inside the 45, a 12-yard pickup.
The reason Johnston is catching the ball so much tonight and not Jay Novacek is you really have to take a choice, because Novacek and the fullback Johnston run combination routes. The Cardinals have decided to take away Novacek on those routes, but that has left Darryl Johnston wide open in the flat.
Dave Duerson comes in defensively for the Cardinals. They need a stop here with 3 minutes now left in the game, down by 7 points. 6 catches for Johnston, 49 yards. Lassic, and Lassic inside the 40 to the 37. Gain of 5, 2nd down, and the clock now stopped with 2:43 remaining in the ball game, as we're going to have another timeout called by the Cardinals. They'll have 1 remaining. Well, Pat, you look back at this game. You remember the drop by Derrick Ware, the near interception by Lorenzo Lynch. And if you're going to beat the defending Super Bowl champions, you can't let those opportunities get away from you.
Yeah, and exactly a week ago, they made those kind of plays. Now, Lassic's going off with an injury. A week ago, they made those plays against the Redskins. Tonight, they really haven't, but they're still in the ball game.
Stay with us for the Holiday Inn Stadium Show. Bob Neal, Kevin Kiley, and special guest Anthony Munoz will bring you highlights, interviews, and news from around the NFL. As with one timeout remaining, the Cardinals down by 7, 2:43 left in this game. And Jimmy Johnson, after going 0-2, he was a lot more relaxed yesterday, knowing that Smith was signed. But he also, after really riding the team after losing the first game, everybody said he had kind of refocused and kind of backed off a little bit and seemed much more confident even after the second loss.
Well, yesterday he said, hey, we're going to be in the playoffs. I mean, there's just no matter of no doubt in his mind. We're going to be in the playoffs, he said.
This drive now, remember, started for the 15 at the 6:37 mark. Now with 2:43 left, they have it at the 37 of Phoenix. Not much going on that play for Emmitt Smith. And that will bring up a third down. And again, the clock is stopped. Cardinals will be using their final timeout. 2:37 left. Give us an opportunity to thank our producer Peter Lasser, our director Lonnie Dale, our technical director Dennis Stone, Bob McGee, our technical manager, unit manager Stephanie Ray Bradley, Scott Cockrell, and Joe Vincius, the associate directors, graphics coordinator Mark Silverman and Ted Ballard, Shannon Mizell, our coordinator, and our spotter Tom Delnos from here in the Phoenix area, and Roger Riley, our statistician.
Tom Snacks Delnos, you mean?
I want to thank all our guys on the cameras and the tape people for a job well done here in the Valley of the Sun, as the Cardinals now somehow desperately need to get the football.
Yeah, this game is not over yet. I mean, it's still 2:37 right now. I mean, you know, Eddie Murray's career long field goal is 54 yards, which is right about where they are right now. But what the Cowboys are thinking about is that we have to extend this lead. With a 7-point lead, we need to get at least one more first down to give Eddie Murray a legitimate shot.
Well, Eddie Murray missed a 50-yarder, you might recall. Really didn't get it up very well. Last week they missed 2. Lynn Elliott then was cut. They brought in 8 kickers. Murray won the kicking derby, and he's warming up on the far sideline. Third down.
Yeah, the most important third down right now for the Cardinals.
3rd and 3. Aikman with time. Novacek, did he get the first down?
Yep.
He got just enough. He was dragged out of bounds and had enough to get the first down on a 3rd and 3.
Gary, how many times have we seen receivers not run the correct yardage and get the first down on plays like this? Novacek knew exactly what he needed. It was only his 2nd catch of the evening, but it was for a big first down. I think the ball was, his feet may have been beyond the stakes, but I believe the ball was past the stakes.
Well, the clock is now going to wind down to the 2-minute warning. 17-10. Dallas with the lead. The Cardinals with no timeouts remaining, and a new series for Dallas.
Hi, this has to be in LA tomorrow.
No problem, sir.
With express mail from the Postal Service, you're never left in the dark.
Yes, your package is in LA and will be delivered.
Morning.
From just $9.95, we track, we trace, we deliver for you.
It was fascination, I know, and it might have ended right then at the start. Just a passing glance, just a brief romance, fascination turned to love.
This simple outside says inside you'll find a lasting commitment to performance. The Intel 486DX2 processor, power for today's hottest software, and the Intel Pentium processor for the next generation of compatible power. That's Intel, the computer inside.
Let's go back to that first down catch by Jay Novacek, number 84, right there in the middle of your screen. What happens was he caught the ball past the first down marker, and the official there, and he marked it forward progress. He's hit by Booty right there in the 29, I guess it is, or 31, excuse me. And that's where he marked it. Now where he dragged him out of bounds.
And so Dallas with the first down. The Cardinals cannot stop the clock. No timeouts remaining. The line of scrimmage just inside the 32. They've killed 4:37 in this drive. And going to a knee will be Aikman, as the Cardinals frustrated again. 2 years ago, they were 2-1, and Dallas came in here. They lost that game 17-9. And here we are 2 years later, very similar score, 17-10. But it looked like the game was going to get completely away from Phoenix, trailing 17-0. But give Steve Beuerlein a lot of credit with his leadership. Brought him back, and they had a crack at it late in this fourth quarter.
They had a chance to make a few plays. You know, Lorenzo Lynch had a chance on the interception. It's a better football team, but they're not ready to take the Cowboys yet.
Joe Bugle again needs to win 9 games this year to keep his job, and his team now will go to 1-2, as will Dallas. And of course, what really catches your attention, the Eagles and Giants 3-0 after 3 weeks in the NFL.
Yeah, you know, thinking about the NFC East, you know, a lot of people thought it was going to be down. It was going to be a little bit soft this year, but it's not. I mean, the Giants are a much better team with Dan Reeves there now. The Eagles are off to a great start, and Randall Cunningham was phenomenal today in the 2-minute drive when he threw a touchdown pass with 4 seconds left to win. And
360 yards today, 3 touchdown catches by Calvin Williams. You know, Pat, you look at the Cardinals. Here they have another sellout, the 4th they've ever had. A record crowd announced today of 73,025, and they have lost a game. You wonder how the Valley of the Sun will respond. Will they say, same old again? We got here and couldn't get it done. You wonder.
Well, we started the broadcast. Gary Clark said, you know, we have to prove that we're a good team.
Well,
we weren't able to get it done tonight.
They were a team that gave the Cowboys some problems, but they didn't beat them. And what is that old story? You still enjoy W-I-N-N-I-G. Don't tell me about all the character building situations. So Jimmy Johnson's team has won their first of the year. 17-10, Dallas. We'll be back with some final thoughts here from Sun Devil Stadium. Emmitt Smith with his debut in the '93 season.
No matter how uncomfortable.
In '92.
But Tom, Neil O'Donnell told us yesterday that the problem they had last year when they got beat here in Cleveland Stadium was they moved the ball up and down the field, but they couldn't stick it in the end zone once they got inside the 20. A big third down play.
3rd and 7. Ball spotted at the 11 of the Browns. Dwight Stone in motion. O'Donnell's short drop. Tried to force it in a crowd to Graham and knocked away by Del Spear, the rookie, in the nickel package for the Browns. So Pittsburgh fails to convert on 3rd down.
Once again, problems in the red zone, and when you're playing in Cleveland Stadium, when you get down inside the 20, you need to put touchdowns on the board. Nice defensive job by the Browns.
So Gary Anderson is on to attempt the field goal. It will be a 28-yard attempt for Anderson, who is perfect this season, 11 for 11. Well, Cleveland Stadium does strange things. First miss of the year for Gary Anderson after hitting 11 in a row, 14 straight back to last season, and it's still a scoreless first quarter from sold-out Cleveland Stadium.
Elvira here, mistress of the dark and sometimes surfer babe, because Coors Light is the official beer of Halloween, and the party's at the beach, Malibu Beach, where you can hang ten. Look, Frankie and Annette. And of course, when it's time to chill, just reach for that cooler of Coors Light. Aged ice cold, never frozen stiff. It's the right beer now for Halloween. Just look for the silver bullet smooth display and dig up your friends now for a party at the beach. Happy Halloween, dude.
Your world is about to become a little smaller. Those important to you a whole lot closer. Because now, across the U.S. and Canada, leading cellular communication companies have come together to create the most extensive cellular service ever. So now, staying in touch is as simple as a phone call.
Hello? I've been waiting for your call.
Introducing Mobile Link. To order service, call 1-800-995-4000.
Happy birthday, Cousin Dave!
What's this?
We're here for your birthday party!
That's next week.
Oh, Ed.
Does that mean there's no food?
There's a Wendy's nearby.
Now you're talking!
Everything on Wendy's Super Value menu is 99 cents each. Freshly made salads, hamburgers hot off the grill, chili, delicious food you can only get here. Plus, for $1.99, get a hamburger kids meal.
Happy birthday! Look, we're twins!
Great.
Wendy's, you don't pay more, you just get more.
Gary Anderson just missing his first field goal of the season. The Browns and the Steelers 0-0 in the first quarter. It is an absolutely gorgeous day at Cleveland Stadium. Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth with you. And what is it about this stadium? You played here a lot with the Bengals, and here Anderson misses what would be a chip shot normally for it.
And he's been perfect all season, but the Pittsburgh Steelers have not been able to win here. 11 out of 43 since 1950. It has been simply unbelievable, the streak of bad luck they've had here.
Second possession of the game for the Browns. They had to punt on their first. Flags down as Tommy Vardell gains a few yards. Joel Steed finally tracks him down.
Joel Steed flags on the play.
And we'll check the penalty markers.
It's like Greg Lloyd may have jumped offside from his right outside linebacker position.
It is offside against the Steelers.
Offside. Number 95 defense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Lloyd getting that little extra head start costs the Steelers 5. It has been an exercise in futility for the Steelers in Cleveland.
And Tom, here's the key number, that 5 for 5 in the 70s. Remember, they won 4 Super Bowl championships in the 70s. And each of those years, they did win here in Cleveland Stadium. Only 1 year did they not win here and go to the Super Bowl.
Vardell stopped short of the 30. He'll be about half a yard shy of the first down. Levon Kirkland on the tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's touchdown Tommy Vardell out of Stanford in his second season now. He was telling us yesterday about his place in Medina, Ohio on Vardell Pond.
Said they had the fishing tournament out there with Vinny Testaverde, and Vinny caught the same bluegill about 10 times and won the tournament.
Kept hooking and releasing the same fish, huh? Testaverde was the winner of the fishing derby. Vardell, center of the line, didn't need much, got enough for the first down.
Vardell, though, has clearly become the man for the Cleveland Browns. He carried the football a career-high 25 times last week against Cincinnati, rushed for 98 yards and scored his first receiving touchdown on a 28-yard flare and run. Rushed for 104 yards in a win earlier this season against the Raiders.
And finally scored a touchdown. After being called touchdown Tommy and never scoring his rookie year.
Said the fantasy football guys were driving him crazy.
Lawyer Tillman has replaced Vardell on first down. Metcalf is the only setback behind Testaverde. Fake it to Metcalf, and Testaverde launches it to Wolfley, and Rod Wolfley upended, shoestring tackle by Rod Woodson, but it goes for 9 yards as Wolfley involved in the offense, normally just as a blocker, but has made some key receptions.
And Tommy Vardell just simply loves Ron Wolfley. He got to play a little bit more last week against Cincinnati, and he's a guy that doesn't really care if you throw him the ball or hand it to him or do anything. He's just happy blocking. He's a big old lug of a guy. As long as he can go in and pound on some defensive lineman or linebacker, he's a happy guy. Tommy Vardell is very good friends with Mr. Wolfley.
In his 9th year from West Virginia, 230-pound Ron Wolfley. Testaverde going deep down the sideline. And incomplete as Lawyer Tillman was streaking down with D.J. Johnson step for step. Good coverage by that excellent Pittsburgh secondary.
You know, we talk so much about Rod Woodson and what an incredible job he has done this season, but I'll tell you something, all the way across this Pittsburgh secondary, they're as good as any in football. D.J. Johnson simply stride for stride, no problem with Lawyer Tillman on that one.
Johnson from Kentucky in his 5th season, 7th round draft choice in his 4th year as a starter. Missed only 1 game in his career with the Steelers. Big third down play for the Browns. Jones is in at a running back. Tommy Vardell gets the call, and it'll be a little short, I believe, as Kenny Davidson did a good job of preventing Vardell from getting first down yardage.
And once again, the disaster of third down for the Cleveland Browns. James Jones is in as the blocking back, but the Cleveland Browns all season long, they're worst in the National Football League on third down, converting only 27%. Conversely, the Steelers defense is second in the National Football League at stopping on third down. And now decision time for Bill Belichick and the Browns.
And true to form today, the Browns are 0-2 on third down. Here it's going to be fourth down and less than a yard after they measure as they bring the chains out. I think that's what it's going to be.
It is going to be short, and the Browns are going to go for it.
So Belichick already has made up his mind, had a conference with Testaverde, and says...
He's changed his mind.
Yeah, he has. He says punt. He was talking to Testaverde, sent him back out on the field. Now he recalls him. And the punt team is out. There's Hansen. Boomed 151 yards his first attempt.
You wonder if the Steelers had gone in and scored on that first drive and made it 7-0, you probably would have gone for it there, but in a 0-0 ball game, send in the punter. This is their style. They like the low-scoring ball games.
Woodson again shielding his eyes from the sun. He's looking almost directly into the sun. Wobbly punt by Hansen. Fair catch call by Woodson, and he didn't look like he was fighting the sun. Pulls it down at about the 22-yard line, where the Steelers will have their second possession. There is a penalty marker down after that 39-yard Hansen boot, and it's against Cleveland.
They're going to decline that, though. It was a short punt, and Woodson made a nice play to come up.
There's the signal from Woodson.
And make the catch.
Which he does everything.
Woodson doesn't want to look up into that sun again.
Illegally downfield against the Browns is declined. Pittsburgh's ball when we return to the stadium.
Hold on. I don't know. Just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight that. Overnight.
Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with priority mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Good morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
I'm always looking for good ideas, so I said to the Xerox rep, "What are you selling?" "Documents," she shoots back. "Documents? You must be kidding. I don't have time." "Precisely. That's what I'm selling," she says. "Do all your printing electronically, save time and money." And I see it. Print all my catalogs in a week, not a month. Huge savings. "I get it," I say. "My documents are my time." "Now you're talking," she says.
See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
After all these years, Watson, the trail is decidedly cold.
But Holmes, it's quite warm in here.
All these years.
Curiously cozy.
No, fiendishly clever. Observe, Watson. Warm house, many years. It must be...
Lennox.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
For home heating, for cooking, for hot water, use clean, natural gas. America's best energy value.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Coors Light. Aged ice cold for that pure taste of the Rockies. Reach for the silver bullet, the right beer now. By Liberty Mutual. At Liberty Mutual, we're facing the issues that face our customers. By Hager Wrinkle-Free Cotton Pants. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles. And by Hewlett-Packard DeskJet and LaserJet printers.
Cleveland Stadium built for $3 million Depression-era dollars in 1931. It always evokes images for me of Otto Graham, Lou the Toe Groza, Jim Brown. I think it's a great place for a football game.
Got a little Paul Brown in there, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Blanton Collier. O'Donnell, first down pass is complete. Tight end Eric Green makes the reception. And then Everson Walls wraps him up for Green. That's his 16th catch of the season.
And just put yourself in the shoes of one Everson Walls. Here's a tackle coming out, and you got to take down 280 pounds of tight end. Good decision. Good for those. Go bite those ankles.
So is Nick Saban saying about Green that he's a mismatch player for everybody. Defensive back, linebacker, whatever.
So you could completely cover this guy, and he still catches the pass because you got to run around him to knock down the ball.
That one covered 9. Here's Foster. He has the first down. Foster just short of the 40-yard line where Mike Johnson makes the stop.
Well, Eric Green can catch it, and he can also throw a block or two. Anytime you've got somebody in there that size, boy, what a difference it makes here on the backside, just getting position. It's wonderful to see somebody that big, that quick.
6'5", 280, fourth year out of Liberty. First-round draft choice. Foster out of the game now, and Randy Cuthbert is in for the first time this season. Cuthbert, number 42, a rookie from Duke, seeing his first action today. Handoff to Merrill Hodge, and Hodge gets very little before he's wrapped up by Jerry Ball and Michael Dean Perry, the crush and rush. Hodge now spelling Barry Foster as the halfback. He normally is the fullback, but with the injury to Leroy Thompson, Hodge will get a chance to run the ball some today. Foster now returns.
Merrill Hodge did lead this team in rushing 3 different times. Remember, he told us last year, of course, now he's the blocking back for Barry Foster. He said his low point last year, though, was when linebacker Al Smith of the Oilers was covering me on one of my decoy routes. When the play was over, he said, "Hey, didn't you used to run the football here in Pittsburgh?"
Ooh. O'Donnell. Across the middle, complete first down catch. Jeff Graham again for 12 yards before Mustafa stops him, and Graham already has 3 receptions here in the first half. Excuse me, just 2.
Right in your face, Jeff Graham has been working on Mustafa, and this has been the pattern that has hurt the Cleveland Browns. Simple man-to-man coverage reminds me of their old bump and run days when I played here. But Jeff Graham is having a big afternoon already. He appears to finally be back to 100%.
Just over a minute left. First quarter, scoreless. Foster tripped up in the backfield. Michael Dean Perry got great penetration, and with one big paw, took out the legs of Barry Foster. Big play, -3.
Sort of an interesting blocking scheme. You can see the 2 guards of the Steelers running into each other, and Michael Dean Perry running into Barry Foster.
Look at Clay Matthews. Matthews in his 16th season, as you know, the gray beard among NFL defensive players. He used to school a backup linebacker in his days at Cleveland by the name of Bill Cowher. Closing seconds, first quarter. O'Donnell wide open to Dwight Stone. Stone stopped after a gain of only 3 or 4 yards on a shoestring tackle by Terry Taylor. Officially 7 yards on what was likely the final play of the first quarter. And that is the end of the first quarter at sold-out Cleveland Stadium. Battle for first place, the Steelers and Browns, 0-0.
DeskJet printers from Hewlett-Packard, it's easy to make it happen.
If you demand more from an aftershave than that same old alcohol burn, you gotta try a brand new aftershave. New sensitive from Old Spice. It's alcohol-free because alcohol burns. That's why they took it out and put these new cooling sensates in for real refreshment to go with that great scent. It's proof aftershave doesn't have to hurt to work. So use new sensitive, or you might get burned. Take the heat out of aftershave. Demand proof. Try new alcohol-free sensitive from Old Spice.
I lost my shoes, I broke my arm, and my socks didn't match. I was as sorry as your average chicken sandwich. And then I tried McDonald's new McGrilled Chicken Extra Value Meal. A marinated chicken breast with Monterey Jack, sweet red onions, and tangy herb dressing on a bakery roll, plus fries and a Coke. Well, my arm got better, my socks both match, and I just found a Rembrandt in my garage.
Coincidence? We don't think so. Try the new McGrilled Chicken Sandwich Extra Value Meal. Further proof that what you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Welcome back to Cleveland. Overhead flying one of America's most enduring images. It wouldn't be a big game without the Goodyear blimp. Goodyear blimp providing aerial views for our game today. There's a look at Cleveland Stadium from the blimp, the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame under construction to the left of your screen. And one of the new additions to the rejuvenated downtown area of Cleveland.
New basketball, new baseball, everybody. They've got all kinds of new facilities in Cleveland.
Start the second quarter of a scoreless game. Neil O'Donnell in the gun on 3rd and 5. Ball at the 43 of Cleveland. Hodge hands on the end around to Mills. Ernie Mills trapped and down for a loss. Taylor and others got the penetration. Eric Turner put on the finishing touches as didn't fool anybody with that play.
When you have Clay Matthews on your team right there, you don't have to worry about tricky things like reverses and such. Eric Green was supposed to block the guy. 16 years in the league, you kidding me? Most people can't walk after 16 years in football, but that man is never fooled.
Might have seen a trick play or two, huh?
Oh, man.
Royals with a punt. Metcalf fighting the sun now. Calls for a fair catch. Takes it at about the 16-yard line. 31-yard punt. Clay Matthews and the Cleveland defense did their job.
Every 20 seconds, a car is stolen. So Liberty Mutual is giving some police a powerful homing device that finds the car, which lowers insurance. And this device also finds the thief, who finds himself behind bars. At Liberty Mutual, we're facing the issues that face our customers.
The problem with cotton pants is they come out of the dryer with all these wrinkles. But hey, Hager wrinkle-free cottons are 100% cotton. They come out of the dryer wrinkle-free. And really, really hot.
Oh. Hager wrinkle-free cotton, 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
There is a sound you can hear above the music, the sound of German being spoken by those whose passion is to live life. In your town, America, and the world, Beck's, the #1 imported German beer.
Bigfoot! Excellent. Wait a minute, guys, there's more. Check it out. Guys! It's a pizza guy, man. Much more, guys, like free HBO for a month. Free HBO. Free HBO. Can I also mention it's free? Prove it. Just hand me the coupon, guys. Here we go. Whoa.
Buy any Bigfoot pizza and get a free trial month of HBO. Just mail in the coupon.
Well, back to you, Jen. Who are you?
Bigfoot pizza, a legendary value.
It's shaping up as the game of the year. Heisman Trophy candidate Charlie Ward leads #1 Florida State against #2 Notre Dame in 3 weeks on NBC.
Steelers and Browns are scoreless, and Cleveland with the ball and a significant absence from the lineup on the field. Mark Carrier pulled a hamstring earlier, will not return, and that is a big blow to Cleveland.
We'll talk about the significance of that and what it does to the Steelers secondary in just a minute.
First down play from the 17. Testaverde sending Tillman in motion. Cardell hit after a gain of a yard or so. Greg Lloyd made the play against the run.
Greg Lloyd.
The significance of Mark Carrier's injury is that now Rod Woodson, the human eraser, because whoever he covers, you just take him off the screen, is now going to be matched up against Michael Jackson for the rest of the afternoon. Wherever Jackson goes, that's where Woodson's going to go. When Carrier was in there, there was more balance, and they really weren't going to specify who Rod Woodson played against. But as you can see, Rod Woodson now coming out wide and will cover Michael Jackson for the rest of the afternoon.
And Testaverde has to take a timeout with the play clock ticking down toward a delay of game penalty. First timeout taken by the Browns. Scoreless game in Cleveland.
A final Houston 28, Cincinnati.
This simple outside says inside you'll find a lasting commitment to performance. The Intel 486DX2 processor, power for today's hottest software, and the Intel Pentium processor for the next generation of compatible power. That's Intel, the computer inside.
This is a Goodyear Aquatread, and this is a gallon of water. Aquatread's deep groove design channels water away. At highway speeds, it moves a gallon of water every second for outstanding wet traction. Aquatread, only from Goodyear.
Recently, Boomer Esiason tried to bet a few of his friends that they couldn't eat just one Lay's potato chip.
I bet you can't eat just one. If I lose, I have to shave my head? This head? Shave? What? Oh, come on, man. No.
More and more people are discovering that Lay's are different.
Hi, guys.
So crunchy and perfectly golden, you can't eat just one.
Hey, come on. Do I look stupid? Who's stupid enough to take that bet?
Welcome to another day in the National Football League. Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. The two teams you're about to see.
Today's Lay's, now more than ever, bet you can't eat just one.
Wouldn't it be great if you were stranded on a desert island with a beautiful woman named Betty? Cool. And while scouting the island, you were suddenly surrounded.
You!
But then they noticed your shoes.
You! Great one! Booga, booga!
So they gave you gifts. Keystone Light and Keystone Dry. Specially lined for really smooth.
Bottle beer taste in can! Sweet and can!
Wouldn't that be great?
13:51 left, second quarter. Steelers and Browns scoreless. Cleveland with the ball 2nd and 8 from their own 19-yard line. Tommy Vardell held in check as you see Jackson being covered by Woodson. And Testaverde flips it to Leroy Horde, and he's knocked off the football on a good defensive play by Darren Perry, the free safety. Testaverde paid the price.
Tom, I think this has changed the entire defensive strategy of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have played nothing but man coverage since the injury to Mark Carey. You can see Rod Woodson is going to be all over Michael Jackson. And to be honest, this Browns football team really doesn't have a receiver that's going to replace Mark Carrier. They've got Lawyer Tillman, Patrick Rowe, Rico Smith, but none the caliber of the gentleman there, Mark Carrier.
Lawyer Tillman is the man that has replaced him in the lineup as Testaverde tries to convert his first third down of the game. They're 0 for 2. That pass to Rico Smith is complete, and it is a first down. Rico Smith battling the rookie Deion Figures. It goes for 17 and a first down.
Rico Smith was Cleveland's 6th-round pick last season. And here's your #1 draft choice for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Deion Figures. That's a battle that you would hope to win on the part of the Steelers, but Rico Smith coming up with a big play.
The two were teammates with the Buffaloes of Colorado, Smith and Figures. First down play. Vardell hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped. He's only averaging less than 2 yards a carry today against the #1 rushing defense in the NFL. Joel Steed, the nose tackle, made that stop, and an injury. It might be Jerry Osofsky. It is number 55, one of the linebackers.
Well, Osofsky took over for Hardy Nickerson this year, who left via free agency to Tampa Bay.
And while they tend to Osofsky, we'll take a break. Scoreless game from Cleveland.
How'd you like to buy a car with some serious attitude? Don't need to. This new Achieva Sport Coupe is very reasonable. No, really. And with a hot V6 engine and 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, it's got all the attitude you need, and then some. Yeah, especially when you can afford it. It's your money.
Hold on.
I don't know, just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight that. Overnight.
Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with priority mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Good morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
The accident took my arm, and I thought my job. I just couldn't do what I used to. So Liberty Mutual gave me a Boston elbow. Its power and flexibility gave me back the ability to do my job, which gives me back the ability to pick up a paycheck.
Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth, again from Cleveland Stadium. Jerry Osofsky, who was born and grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, then played his college football for the Pitt Panthers, is the injured Steeler player.
Here's Osofsky here, and it looked like Gene Williams, the tackle for the Browns, got position on him and just sort of collapsed. Osofsky, watch the right knee. Just going to squat down on it. Don't really see it twisting or anything. It's just hard to tell. He's been on the ground for a long time, so I don't want to try to guess, but at least it wasn't one of those direct blows to the side of the knee. Had a tough season last year as well. He missed 9 games with a broken hand and a sprained foot. All of last season only had 3 tackles, but had been doing so well along with Levon Kirkland, both of those guys having to fill in for veterans. David Little had taken over or was waived this year. Kirkland took his place.
They're inflating a cast to put on his knee right there, and they're bringing the stretcher out for Osofsky.
Tom, I think, well, usually that means you've got some kind of fracture.
Now the backup to Osofsky is a rookie, Chad Brown, second-round draft choice out of Colorado. Number 94 is Brown.
He's been used almost exclusively in nickel and dime situations this season. They're not deep at all at the linebacker position. Behind Kirkland and Osofsky, they have 2 rookies, Chad Brown and Reggie Barnes.
See the other scores. They only score in the late games. That Mark Logan touchdown run for the 49ers. Bill Cowher, who played linebacker here for the Cleveland Browns, and talked about this rivalry. The 2 cities, he said, are so similar. The fans get so involved in the rivalry. He's seen it from both sides as a Browns player and as the Steelers coach. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the natural gas quarterback efficiency ratings in the AFC. Joe Montana continues to show the way with that rating of 101.7. Neil O'Donnell of Pittsburgh is 5th, 90.5. Vinny Testaverde does not have enough attempts to qualify for a ranking, but his rating is down the line, 67.5. Jerry Osofsky being carried from the field. Former all-rookie player and All-American at Pitt.
Second down, 8 for the Browns at their own 30.
Instead of Chad Brown, now it's going to be Reggie Barnes, number 50, that comes in, the rookie from Oklahoma, a free agent who had his 24th birthday yesterday. Second down pass, Testaverde to Jackson. He has a step. Jackson with that great speed to the outside. Bounces off one man, and Jackson scores! 62 yards by the man who was the center of controversy a couple of weeks ago, his longest catch of the season.
Bill Belichick might even hug him now.
Matt Stover will attempt the extra point. It's through. And suddenly on the 62-yard strike, Testaverde to Jackson, the Cleveland Browns have taken the lead 7-0.
Recently, Oldsmobile pitted its 88 LSS against Acura Legend L and Lexus ES 300. Well, actually, no. In fact, if you call this toll-free number, 1-800-LSS-TEST, we'll send you a free video showing how well the LSS stacks up against cars costing thousands more. You'll probably be grateful. After all, it's your money.
Hi. Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
The Schick ST with the one-push cleaning bar gives men a closer shave than the 3 leading disposables. And men say it delivers a safer shave than the 3 leading disposables. So, for a better overall shave than the 3 leading disposables, it's the ST from Schick. We're changing the face of shaving.
Watch the play here. Watch the play. Out of the backfield, their back is going to come. The rookie is going to try and match up with him. He's going to be clearly beat, so Rod Woodson's going to help and leave his man all alone for the touchdown. This is man-to-man coverage. Rod Woodson just tried to help because he saw a guy wide open running down the field and left Michael Jackson all alone.
And Jackson does the rest for his 4th touchdown of the season. Rod Woodson now waiting the kickoff by Stover. Stone takes the kickoff from the 5, and Dwight Stone lowers his head, bangs to the 21-yard line.
Returning the kick, the tackle is made by Frank Stams, and
Eddie Sutter on the stop. Here's the touchdown.
This is just a freelance by Rod Woodson. He saw a teammate that was clearly beaten. That was Leroy Horde working against Reggie Barnes. He felt like he had to help. That left Michael Jackson all by himself. It was man coverage. Nobody else was responsible for Michael Jackson. That's why he got such an easy touchdown. Nice job of Vinny Testaverde hanging in there and finding the open receiver.
And Jackson is shedding a would-be tackle by Carnell Lake to go all the way. O'Donnell tries to answer, and he has a completion to Thigpen. He has a first down, a gain of about 13 yards. He cut to the sideline in front of Everson Walls to make the catch. Thigpen, that's his 5th reception of the season, but 2 of those catches have gone for touchdowns.
But Bill Cowher on the sideline has to be saying, I am not believing this. I've got my all-pro best player on my football team, Rod Woodson, in man-to-man coverage, and that guy goes 70 yards for a touchdown. It was simply a breakdown due in part to the injury to Jerry Olszewski and having to replace him with the rookie Reggie Barnes.
Foster cuts back. Driving run gets him 3 or 4 yards before Clay Matthews makes the tackle.
What's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line? This is the 2nd time now that I've watched them run into each other. For whatever reason, they are miscommunicating. They pull again and just smack into each other.
That's
Ron Earhart's got to be pulling his hair out.
He didn't have that much to pull.
Watch the offensive line. A double pull, smacking into each other, no lead blocker. Sloppy start by the Steelers.
O'Donnell threw it before Thigpen made his turn. Flag down as the 2 former ACC rivals, Michael Dean Perry and Neil O'Donnell, have a meeting.
I believe Michael Dean Perry was held he put his striped shirt on right after the play and gave us the signal.
Holding, number 72 offense. 10 yards, still second down.
Leon Searcy.
Searcy is going to hold. That is not Michael Dean. It's Rob Burnett.
Going back to the touchdown, Chris, what was Bill Cowher telling us about freelancing on his defense?
He said it's okay as long as you get the play right. That time Rod Woodson did not, but really didn't have a choice because otherwise the back would have gotten a touchdown.
O'Donnell in some trouble, got rid of it to Foster, and makes a juggling catch. Mustafa tripped him up, but a 14-yard reception by Barry Foster, who is the leading receiver on this team and the AFC's top yards from scrimmage man rushing and receiving.
But Tom, if I could, to go back to the significance of the touchdown, I think now because of that injury at the linebacker position, you're going to see the Steelers less willing to play man-to-man coverage. So now the whole momentum and the whole strategy of this football game has changed on that one play.
Steelers now facing a 3rd and 3 from their own 41. Foster on the sweep. No block at the corner. He's stopped short. Clay Matthews got in the middle of things. He had a lot of help. And they stopped the leading rusher in the AFC short of the first down.
The amazing thing about Clay Matthews, he had perhaps his best year a year ago, tied for the team lead with 9 sacks, second most in his career last week against Cincinnati. He made the play that broke that game open. He sacked David Klingler, set up a fumble recovery by Michael Dean Perry. 16 years in the league, still throwing his body around. Surefire Hall of Famer.
Mark Royals punting to Metcalf. Backpedals to take it at the 10. And a good return. He's got a blocker in front. Metcalf cuts back. Turns on the afterburner. Metcalf will go 90 yards.
About this place.
There may be your answer right there. The longest of his career, 90 yards. A team record for the Browns. Stover for the point after. Officially 91 yards for Metcalf as he backpedals to take it right there.
There was a lot of question as to whether or not Metcalf was even going to play in this game. He was struggling with a knee injury. As you can see him limping down the field here at about a 4.2 pace. Wow. There are some moments in the National Football League where you don't mind paying the 25 or 30 bucks for a ticket when you watch a kid like this play the game.
Got a good block from Eric Turner to help spring him. The first punt return for a touchdown against Pittsburgh since 1984. Officially 91 yards as lightning strikes twice at Cleveland Stadium. 2 long plays and the Browns up 14-0.
I think that little sign said it all. We hate the Steelers. Thinking, hey guys, I used to play here and coach here and got a little respect.
Stover's kickoff. Dwight Stone, 2 yards deep, fumbled it, and then downs it. So all the pressure now on Neil O'Donnell and the Pittsburgh offense to get something going. He's hit 7 of 9, 86 yards, but no points.
Almost an exact turnaround of the Steelers game from last week, in which the New Orleans Saints, because of 2 quick early touchdowns, were completely taken out of their game plan. Now will Bill Cowher stay with his offense? Will he continue to run the football? I think that is still plenty of time. Don't go away from your game plan.
Play action. O'Donnell fires a strike to Dwight Stone. Nearly decapitated by Stevan Moore, but he holds on for 17 yards.
It's really great to see a guy with that kind of speed. 4.25 speed. That is world class, that is willing to catch the football and take a lick like that. You don't find many around the National Football League that fast and that tough.
Dwight Stone out of Middle Tennessee. In his 7th season with Pittsburgh. Here's Barry Foster. Again, the Browns ready for Foster. He gets 2, then thrown back. James Jones led the charge.
Made by Pepper Johnson, James Jones. Najee Mustafa